Probably should have been a little bit more prepared. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. Past 18 months, on April 1st, April Fool's of last year, I left behind a business that was my identity. I had been there since I was 15. I had seen all the advertisements. I had seen everything that the world throws at us that says, if you don't get that house, you won't be happy. If you don't get that money, you won't be happy. If you don't get that raise, you won't be happy. I had everything. And I thought that when I had that I would be immensely happy. And I wasn't. I was sitting on the edge of my bed with more money than 99% of the people on the face of this planet, with everything that I thought that if I got, I'd be happy, in tears, asking my wife what the hell happened. April 1st of last year is when everything changed. And I need to tell you something on a side note, because I need to let you know who I am as a person, so it's going to make sense. What I did is beyond insane for me. I lived at home till I was 28, in a little 1,000-square-foot home with my parents, because I like security. I'm a mama's boy. I'm a pansy. I like to know what's going on. I don't like change. I don't like anything that I have done in the past 18 months. Paint a good picture? Good. One of the things I left for was the fulfillment we're all searching for. One of the other things I left for was my immense curiosity as to why the hell we do what we do. Why am I on stage? Why does it matter if people pay it forward? Why does it matter with everything else that's going on? Why does it matter? And the reason I actually do speak, because I get really nervous and I really don't like to speak that much, is I'm hoping that I will get answers from people from the crowd, from listening to these other TED Talk speakers. One of the only things that was universal from the people we met all across the world in the past 18 months, oh, by the way, I don't like to fly, so this world traveling thing is really driving me crazy. One of the universal things that all came down to rich, poor, fat, young, skinny, black, white, red, all the people, the only one thing that was universal, we all want this world to be better. We all want things to be better than they are now. That's it. That's the only thing that came out of hundreds, if not thousands, of meetings, Skype calls, face-to-face, whatever. Everyone wants things to be better for the next generation, for their kids, for themselves, for their family. One of the things I believe we absolutely do not need is another self-help book. I believe that industry, I'm sorry, I just have to get it out, has done more harm than good. Okay, that's another subject. What we do need, in my personal opinion, is a movement that allows all 7 billion people to be a part of it. What we do need is a movement that does not have a religious affiliation, that does not have a political affiliation, that does not have a country affiliation, that does not have a color of skin affiliation. We need a movement that is absolutely, positively neutral, has no side effects, has no ulterior motives, has something that no matter who you are on the face of this planet, you can be a part of. Whether you have money, whether you don't, we need something that everyone can wake up tomorrow, look to the person next to them, and make their day better. What we need is a simple way for the tens of millions of people on the face of this planet that want to make this world better but don't know what to do. We need something for them to get started very easily, very simply. We need something that can allow them no excuses as to why they can't wake up and do something. We need a movement that removes every excuse that you have ever thought possible as to why you didn't pull over and help that person on the side of the road, why you didn't hold that door open because that person was 5 feet behind you instead of right behind you. We need to remove all human excuse. What we need is a movement that doesn't beg you for money. We need a movement that is simple. We need a movement that creates very, very intimate moments between two people, that when that happens, you remember every intricate detail of that happening, of that day, of that time of your life. If I were to ask anyone in this room, when you got that car, when you got that raise, when you bought that house, when you got that new dog, when you got that physical possession thing that you believe was going to make you happy, you probably won't be able to tell me within a week, within a month, within a year when you had that. But if I asked you, back when you were a teenager, you were having a tough day, the world was against you, and you just had a day you just didn't feel good, and you had someone come up, make your day better, make you smile, gave you just a tiny bit of that glimmer of hope that you need to get to the next day, you will be able to tell me every intricate detail of that day. The weather, what you were wearing, the smells, everything, good, bad hair day, every little detail you can tell me. The stories that people tell us from across the globe are those simple stories. They never talk about physical possessions. They never talk about money. They always talk about a day that someone made their day better. That's it. What we need, I believe, is a movement that doesn't have a guru that you need to follow. A guru that puts on events and thousands of people come and spend thousands of dollars and they worship them. We don't need another book. We don't need another guru. We don't need another expert. We don't need another person who claims they know the answers because we don't know. We have people who can claim that they know. They claim a lot of people have those answers, but they don't. I don't have any of those answers. I personally continue to hear people saying they want to change the world. I don't want to change the world. I just want to make it a tiny bit better. Imagine tomorrow if 1 billion people woke up just a tiny bit nicer than they were the day before. I'm not asking a terrible person to be all of a sudden an angel. I'm just asking for a tiny bit. Imagine what those billions of people, who everyone can participate in this, imagine what that would do to your commute to work, your commute to school, the next time you're at the grocery store, the next time someone cuts you off in traffic, maybe you won't flip them off and honk your horn. What that would do, those little tiny things. Now, I don't know what happens next. I don't have an answer for that. I just was a person that had everything. I was miserable. I didn't understand why. I still don't understand why. I'm searching for answers. I'm unbelievably curious. I believe the simplicity of this movement can inch us back in a better direction. That's it. Now, what I'm talking about is the pay it forward movement. What I'm talking about is a simple act of you doing something nice for someone, and instead of them returning the favor, they do it for someone in the future. I watched the movie at the age of 20. It impacted me. It just changed everything. The very fact that I could do something for someone, and I didn't have to have that awkward moment of how they were going to pay me back, or a week later they said they were going to give me money and they didn't, and it was 2 weeks later and you had to fight. I loved that I could do something for someone and get on with my life, and they could go do something for someone else, and my little act could impact thousands, if not tens of thousands of people across the globe that I will never, ever meet. In the lobby, some of you already have you guys have the bracelets on, pay it forward bracelet? Okay, some of you do, some of you don't. There's more in the lobby. 4 or 5 years ago, we created this bracelet as a reminder. Facebook, Twitter, cell phones, we're just buried in text. We're buried in everything digital. Personally, my personal opinion, Facebook and Twitter, amazing for connecting and spreading the word, but it is ripping the soul out of humanity. The very fact that it's okay, that we are just letting people off the hook with that. Just because they retweeted something, I'm going to get so pissed off here. Just because they retweeted something or reshared a Facebook post lets them sleep at night. We need, and I'm going to not say the F word here because my wife would kill me. We need action. We need physical action. We need face-to-face contact. We need to be able to touch the person we just helped. We don't need instant gratification because you sent a quote from Gandhi on your Facebook and you got 60 quotes and you feel good about yourself. That doesn't mean shit. Back. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Completely lost my train of thought. The bracelet was created as a reminder. As you're driving to work, as you hold open a door, as your hands do what you do best. It's my turn. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking you to change your diet. I'm not asking you to leave your job like I did. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you on your day-to-day life process of whatever the hell you do, when you grab that door, when you're driving your car, when you're doing whatever, that this reminds you to do something nice for someone. Smile. I don't care. Hold a door. I'm not asking for anything that anyone in this room cannot do. I want simple, little, tiny things. On the whole fact of the time of year right now where everyone starts to care about homelessness around Thanksgiving and Christmas, but the rest of the year we think like because we fed them, it's going to save them throughout the year. I'm not talking about the time of year when everyone else cares. I'm talking about 365 days a year when no one's looking. We need more. We need things to be better. And everyone in this room is going to agree that you want the world to be better. The world's going to get better by the day-to-day things you do when no one's looking, with your friends, with your family members, and with your strangers. Reminder. When you do something nice for someone, here's the difference. You are physically going to take this bracelet off, and you are going to hand it to the person you just helped. That's the human connection. That's that intimate moment between two strangers. That's the thing we physically need to look someone in the eye and say, this is why I did this. I'm not hitting on you. I'm not trying to sell you insurance. I don't have an ulterior motive. I woke up today. I saw a human being who needed help. I decided to be the other human who could help. It's your turn next. There's no giver. There's no receiver. It's a level playing field. No one feels like a charity case. Because when you pay it forward, when you do something for someone and say, hey, it's your turn in the future, it's a level playing field. Everyone feels okay taking it. Everyone feels okay giving because they get to do the same thing that you just did for them for someone in the future. That's the power of this movement. That's the reason 1.7 million of these have made their way to 123 countries with no marketing, no advertising. And that is the reason that I believe in our history books, and it won't be a history book, it'll be an iPad 17 or some type of holographic page that your kids will talk about. I believe this movement will impact billions of people because of its simplicity. I believe this movement has the ability to not change the world, but to simply make it better. I didn't tell you anything you don't know. I didn't ask you for anything much. All I'm asking right now is that with the bracelets, next couple days, the next week, do something nice for someone. You get to choose who, when, where, why you do it. Do something nice for someone. Pass on the bracelet. I want you to remember how it feels when you were a kid that you just did something just because you wanted to do it. Secondly, when you do something for that person, I want you to see and truly understand how disconnected this world has become when you hold a door open and you get tears out of a grown adult. I want you to see what is happening to this planet, to the people, and to the future of humanity. Will you pay it forward for me? I'm done. Thank you.